Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be working on texture. The page that I'm going to be working from came from Nice Little Town 6, and that's by Tanya Stilova. That page is available in her Etsy shop, and I will leave the link to it in the description below. Today we're going to start a new picture, and it's going to take me 3 videos to do this. It's because this picture is going to be done in texture. And when I saw this picture, I was like, wow, this really is perfect. Now, I wanted to show you before we started. We have stone, wood, stucco. I could do clouds, ground cover. Remember we did the stones and the grass, everything in it. So today we're going to be working on the stone. Today we're going to be working on the stone and the stucco. But I want to tell you, I covered some of this up because I had already done the clouds and then decided the order I was going to do it. So I covered up so you couldn't peek. For those of you who are working on the CMW system, I have the new texture pages going up in the fan group. Now this fan group is for the people who are working in the system. We have the chat group, which is open to everybody. I'm going to put my shadows in first. I'm going to put you on hyperlapse while I use my Copics, and I'm going to shadow this entire page. Now that I have everything shaded, I'm going to start working on texture. And the first thing that I see on the paper is I'm going to do the stones. And the stones are very easy. Already stippling, we've done in the past. It's little dots. Just like this. So I'm going to make little dots in the rock. Okay? Instead of having a smooth surface, I want to make these rocks have a really rough surface. And I'm using my Holbein black pencil, but you can really use any black pencil if you can avoid using the Prismacolor. For texture, I will always recommend using Polychromos or anything that has a harder wax than the Prismacolor pencils. Prismacolor was not meant for detail work. It was meant for blending and shading. So that's why I'm using my Holbein. I could use my Polychromos, but this just happens to be out on the desk. I saw in the comments section, I'm not sure if it was here or on the fan page, people asking about black pencils, what black pencils we recommend. No black pencil is going to give you an absolute dark black that you would see using a pen. So in a lot of pictures, I do recommend having a black magic marker. Invest in some sort of tiny liner. They're great for eyelashes. I'm leaving a small area open for the highlight, for the sun to come in. And why I suggest using the Polychromos black is because when you put the wax over this, it's not going to blend in with it. Remember that oil layers differently than wax. Wax blends. Oil pencils sort of lay on top of each other. They blend slightly, but not as much. And that's why they're great for detail work. So you see me doing this and how I've done this. I've just done about 10 rocks, and I'll come back when I have all of this done. Then I'm going to use my cool gray, and I want to give my stones some roundness, which means darkening up some of the edges. So I'm using a very light touch and just giving it a little bit of color and roundness. Now I want the rocks to be a little bit darker than the cement. You could do it either way. You could do dark cement with light stone or light stone with dark cement. It's just a matter of taste. And of course, I'm leaving a little bit of the highlight in there. In addition to this, I think I'm going to also get out a darker gray. I'm going to use a 70% warm and see how that, I may have to change it to cool just to do the edge. Not everywhere, just giving it some depth. I'm going to have to do this for every rock on the page. I'll be back. The next texture that most people would think to do a smooth surface on is the facade of the house. Now, I'm guessing it's stucco because it's round. I'm going to start with some yellow ochre. And since I already put a layer of gray down, I'm not going to have to worry about the yellow blending with, I don't have to worry about the yellow blending with the gray because this is marker and it's permanent in the paper. And I'm going to just get a light layer going. Now, had I done this shadow work using pencil, I would be getting a very, very muddy looking facade. Okay, now I'm going to take some goldenrod, and I think for this, since it's stucco, I'm going to scribe. It's very crumbly. Look at that. I don't even know if it's going to be usable now. Feels weird. I got those 2 layers now. I know I still have the rest of the house to do. But I'm going to now take Spanish orange and I'm going to add Spanish orange in it. have a nice muddled look. But I want it to start to go round and take shape. So I need something a little bit darker, but in the yellow family. I've chosen mineral orange because it hails on the yellower side instead of more on the red side of orange. And I'm going to just darken up. This is what a lot of people that I'm seeing forget: to create the illusion of depth. I can even go a little bit darker on it. Right like that. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of the house in the same way, and it seems to go all the way to the edge. Darken up the outside just a little bit more, and I went to the next color, and that would be burnt ochre. I'm just stretching out my tonal values and making sure I'm using the whole range. See, I'm on my 4th layer, but it's gone really quickly because I scribed. Almost gives it a gingerbread effect. I use a color combination to do gingerbread at Christmas time that's really similar to this, except I use canary yellow with the burnt ochre and sienna brown, and that makes gingerbread. Corners, everything that would be shaded to be darker. Whenever you have an area like this that comes together as a point, there will always be a shadow or darkened area in there, because the light would cancel each other when you go like that. Now, if you use the pencil light enough, you'll still retain the texture that's underneath that you did with the scribing. I could see right through it to the texture. I'll try to zoom in. And hopefully you'll be able to catch a glimpse of it. Okay, so that's the third stone. We've got the rocks, we've got the wall, and we've got the stucco. And I will see you guys in my next video. Take care.